Hey, it's back. I'm back here. So we're going to do a quick little bow tutorial because I get this question asked a lot is how do we get our bows to look like this? Okay. Really simple. You're going to want to take 3 different ribbons that kind of coordinate with your project. Okay, so I have a 2-inch, and these can be any size. This one's 2-inch wide ribbon. And what I like to tell people is find a loop. Like if this is the size of loop you want, okay, which is about a 4-finger, a little bit more, then you're going to create a tail from there. So this will tell you how long to cut your strips. So I want my tails to be probably about yay big. And I can always change this, not a big deal. But then I'm going to fold my ribbon in half and I'm going to give it a cut, okay? And these scissors are the utility ones from the dollar store, I think. So it doesn't have to be fancy scissors. When I cut my wire edge ribbon, this is kind of what I go to because they're sharp and I don't have to worry about nicking the blades. Okay, so then from there I'm going to cut probably 2 strips of this color. Okay, let me get that. Okay, so then with this, we're going to put this away, and this will help alleviate a lot of the amount of bows you will need to make and the amount of ribbon you'll need to buy. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing with our second color. Okay, we're going to lay it out. We know the size that we want, so we're just going to go ahead and cut this to the same length or approximately the same length. Remember, you can always cut your lengths down. I'm sorry, I'm working off of camera here. Again, so now I have 2 of these color. Okay, 1, 2. Okay, all right, and you're going to do that to the third choice. You can use as many different patterns as you want. I just find that if I have 3, I have an interesting bow, and we're going to do the same thing. Okay, cut and cut. The other thing this does is if you have a pattern ribbon, which the boots are, you see, and you make a normal bow where you're holding and twisting and holding and twisting, what happens is the pattern, even if I was to twist this, the pattern would be upside down in one of the loops. See? So this eliminates that. All right. So then what you're going to do is you're going to just start assembling your bows, your loops. Okay? Let me get this guy off. He's driving me crazy. You're driving me crazy. Okay. So I'm going to take my bow in my hand and I'm going to make that same loop where I said about 4 fingers and I'm going to pinch it. Okay? Not going to do anything with this right now. Then I'm going to take my next color. This one is the pattern boots. And I'm going to make the same loop. And I'm going to pinch it. Okay? Angle this down. Then I'm going to grab the third color loop. Okay? And I'm going to make that same 4-finger bow. And I'm going to pinch it. Okay? So you see how this is coming together. And you kind of alter the pattern a little bit. So it's going back and forth, back and forth. Then with the next yellow, I'm going to do the same thing. Okay? So you're already variegating your loops. Now, even though I went with the boot last time, I'm going to do this one. Because if I do the boot again, it's going to be side by side. And I want them all to kind of go all over. So we're going to grab this one. We're going to make the loop. We're going to pinch it and put it in to our bow. Okay? Then boot side up again. We're going to go ahead. We're going to make the loop. We're going to pinch it. And this time I'm going to put this one back here so that it's like this. Okay? And we're done. Believe it or not, this is the hardest part, is having the fingers to hold these 6 ribbon pinched tight because now you're just going to take one of these little zip ties. You are going to wrap it around the entire piece. And sometimes this can be tricky. I usually try and use my body, use the bow up against me and my teeth, of all things. And I'm trying to get this on camera here, which is, in and of its nutshell, is difficult. All right, and then you're gonna just pull that through. And you're gonna tighten it. And again, I told you, you may need your teeth or something to like pull, because, you know, it's one-handed. Okay. So there is our big cluster, okay? So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and just snip off this zip tie as close as we can without like topping the head off. And we're just gonna fluff the bow out. Okay, see how easy that is so far? And then all of these are gonna get twisted and pulled behind. So we're gonna pull where the ribbon is. I'm going to twist it out. And this one, I'm gonna twist it out. And this one, I'm gonna twist it out, okay? And the same thing with these, okay? Believe it or not, this is the bow I use every time, because I can take a piece of, I can take another twisty tie and tie it onto a handle or through a hole, or I can glue it. And in this case, I'm gonna glue it. I've got some industrial glue that is gonna hold this down. So I give it a good smash. So this is my back of my bow. Okay, you see nothing. And then I'm gonna go back through, and I could have done this ahead of time. Probably would have been wiser. But I'm gonna just go through and trim all these to a dovetail, where I fold them in half and cut outward, creating the dovetail. And sometimes these wires are a little bit of a pain. But you see how the boots then are all going in the proper direction when you look at your ribbon? So your pattern is all going the right way, okay? And this just makes your bow so much fuller, and really, I would say this is probably what we had, maybe 12 to maybe 14 inches tops of ribbon and 2 of each. So you can get a lot of wreaths or door hangers out of this type of bow, okay? Okay, there it is. So there's our bow, and it'll go on top of our door hanger like so. And it will look like this. Ta-da! Super simple, super easy. I hope you enjoyed watching the bow. And if you have any questions, let me know.